Humanities and social science is one of the most integral component of the Indian Institute of Technology, Gandhinagar. Today we bumped into some of the faculties to know more about the unique program in HSS, the MA in Society and Culture. Let's see what the faculties have to say about this program, the applications to which are now open.
Hi, I'm Rita Kothari. I teach at the Humanities Department at the Indian Institute of Technology in Gandhinagar. And I've been working here now for over 4 years. I come with a background of literature, but also work on many other issues of literature, translation, partition studies, so on and so forth. But we are here this morning to talk to you about a very interesting program that we have put together at the Indian Institute of Technology, Gandhinagar, and this is a Masters in Society and Culture. And we believe that ours is perhaps one of the few, if not the only program, that is giving you these plethora of perspectives to tell you that, hey, if you need to understand this from the angle of political science, this is what you do. If you need to understand this from a culture studies perspective, this is what you do. Not to mention that there is an underlying historical perspective to almost everything.
So, one of the amazing things about the program is that it exposes students to a variety of disciplinary perspectives, but it does much more than merely give an exposure. So we have, at least at the moment, 2 tracks within these larger set of disciplines. One is politics and history, and the other is literature and society. And what these tracks enable students to do is build their coursework around these special subjects. And that coursework then helps them to develop a particularly in-depth master's thesis. So the thesis is a very important component because it really enables students to go beyond the sort of multidisciplinary exposure to a certain kind of depth within those specific subjects. So if at the end of their first year they have students have a certain predilection for certain subjects, then they can choose a particular master's thesis that then allows them to ask very intellectually rigorous research questions that are based in particular kinds of disciplinary expertise, be that history or politics, literature, philosophy. And that's what our first batch of students are already doing with great success.
And I believe this is quite a unique program and not something that other institutions can boast of. There are other programs I am aware of, MPhil programs in social sciences, but not an MA program that introduces students to so many different disciplines and talks about the intersections between history, political science, sociology, philosophy, what have you. And this is reflected in the very diverse topics that students, our first batch of MASc students, have chosen for their master's thesis. So we have a very interesting mix of topics, such as buns in West Bengal, then the challenges to left-wing politics in Kerala, safety and security of women rat pickers in the city, and then caste politics and the changing composition of sort of caste politics in the city of Ahmedabad and so on. So the MA in Society and Culture starts off in its first semester, the first 2 semesters, with a whole range of very rigorous, theoretically rigorous core courses such as methodologies of history, political thought, literature and cultural studies, and introduction to sociological thought and so on. And then in the 3rd semester it offers certain specialized tracks such as politics and history and literature and society here. And the students getting an opportunity to do all this, I think, is a very interesting exposure. And IITGN is one of its kind in offering a program like this.
I'm sort of acutely aware of the fact that students, faculty, anyone would not associate humanities, pursuit of humanities and social sciences with an IIT, because these don't appear to conventional logic as natural destinations for pursuing a master's or a PhD. One would rather go to a university. However, as someone who has been associated with a university system for such a long time and who made this shift at a much later stage in my life, I do want to say very confidently that in fact institutions like IITs are emerging as sites, as places that nurture education in the humanities now. That these are the institutions that have both the intellectual and moral and material support that is needed for such significant. Now this also brings me to another question that could be a matter of some anxiety to potential students, which is that what do you do with a degree like this? And where do you go from here? And what are the possibilities, for instance, of taking NET examination, right? The National Eligibility Test. Let me say that students, whether they come from background of engineering or physics or literature or mathematics or whatever, no master's program gives you coaching lessons in NET. Your ability to take the NET exam in a discipline of your choice remains completely open. That being said, some of the specializations that we offer will equip the students to prepare even for things such as NET, but this is largely going to be dependent on a student motivation. What would be some of the opportunities for a student after doing an MA in Society and Culture? It seems to me that the world is wide open. The student can go and join an NGO or a corporate world. There are a lot of companies that are looking for individuals that can help us understand, for instance, brands, consumer behavior with a deepened understanding of cultural context. Students wishing to pursue a PhD, for instance, would also be very well equipped to go and pursue their PhD, knowing fully well what are the disciplines involved and what is it that interests him or her. So I do believe that our Masters in Society and Culture provides this really much needed sort of a mid stage between an undergrad education and doctoral education, and it also opens up many other possibilities. I think the power lies in the idea, and there is some element of joy and adventure involved in this. Do explore.